What's going on, Bulls Nation?
Woo!
How about them Bulls?
How about it?
Welcome into CHGO Bulls Postgame, coming to you live from our studio here in the West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. My guys, Big Dave, Bow, BWL Sports, Will, the GOAT, Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb. Our pound producer, Joseph Spathis on the controls.
Come on, Joe.
At Joey Spathis.
Come on, Joe.
He's looking for it.
Bulls win. One more time, please. Bulls win. Do it for the Bulls. Bulls win. Do it for the Quaff King. Bulls win. Do it for Matt Peck and the red and black ensemble he's got on. Bulls win. One for your Texas Longhorns. Bulls win. Oh, and one for George and Lisa. Bulls win. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's a good win, baby.
Big Dave is hype.
That's a good win.
Thank y'all for joining us.
Woo!
Throw us your comments on tonight's game. We'll get to as many as we can. Throw us some super chats if you're feeling generous this holiday season. Feeling hyped about a Bulls win. Maybe it takes some of the sting off the Bears loss yesterday.
Oh.
Great way to start the week,
Get
right?
it out. Get it out.
Upsetting the Sixers in Philly?
Yes.
The Bulls have not been a good road team this season.
And definitely not in
Parentheses,
Philly.
not a good team this season, but definitely not a good road team.
Been changing since December.
Sixers were on a 6-game winning streak. Best winning streak in the East coming into tonight's action. That streak is dead.
Gone.
Because,
Bye.
okay.
Peace.
Okay, who else is confused by what we just watched? Because I'm not going to lie, I'm a little confused.
Well, that's what happens when you're not in. When you're not in, you got to get in, Matt. And you'll understand.
Still emotionally removed.
That, and there it is right there. You can't do that and then put the logic on top.
But
it's not going to work.
Okay.
Not going to work.
Like beating the Hornets and the Spurs and half the Heat is one thing.
And the Bucks.
Okay, sure, that happened. That was crazy.
See?
Again, so... Much like the win over Milwaukee made no sense to me. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
They're a better basketball team. That's why it makes sense. They are better. They are growing into a good basketball team. Well, I shouldn't even say good. A better basketball team. That you can't dispute that fact. They're a better team. They just look better on the floor. Even in their losses, they look better. That loss against the Heat, they look better. Like, that wasn't oh, my God, we're getting our ass whooped and we're falling ass backwards into certain things. They just lost, you know? Like, you lost on a Jimmy Butler shot at the end. Like, that happens right there. And this win tonight is kind of is growth for me. Because if it was one of those feelings where, like, again, with the Heat, like you're expecting the better team to take over and to come in and hit the last second shots and go ahead and get those victories. You saw the Bulls actually play with an IQ in that fourth quarter. You saw it happen. The Coby White defense on Embiid, when Embiid goes up and you know he went up to get fouled and he just threw that ball in the air. Coby White didn't lay a finger on him. He just put his hands up and waved them like he just didn't care. and he didn't get the call right there. And that excites me, and that just shows the growth. This is all you want to see from your young guys is growth. You want to see them get better. I'll get into Patrick Williams later for sure. But the growth of Coby White has been astronomical this month in December, man. It's been absolutely amazing. Everything has really kind of come and gone based on him. 20, how much? 23?
Coby?
23 or 25?
24.
24, thank you. 24, 9, and 8.
Yeah.
Coby White put up tonight.
Woo.
24, 9, and 8. This is becoming a common thing for him right about now. And he did a lot of his damage in that first quarter. That's when it kicked off, when that first quarter. And in such a myriad of ways he scored. That's one of my favorite words. Such a myriad of ways that he scored in, man. It was truly impressive watching him play and doing it against a guy like Tyrese Maxey, who was cooking in that fourth quarter. I mean, plain old cooking in that fourth quarter. But that stuff excites me, Will. Seeing him go up and score against Joel Embiid, seeing him hit him with the jab step back, seeing him on the baseline, hitting him with the crossover fadeaway, Seeing him again, we talked about this last show, that wrong foot layup that he's doing. Did that against Embiid as well. Like, he's really just in, as the kids would say, he's in his bag.
He had a sick drag step tonight, too.
Oh, yes, he brought up the drag step. Yes, man.
That was nice.
Like, everything feels like it's kind of clicking for him. And it was the first time I saw him actually let out emotion during this stretch that he's kind of been on. That dunk he had where he just absolutely yelled at everybody when he did it. It was the first time I saw him let it out to let me know, oh, it's still there. I'm just, playing a little more controlled. But he's been amazing, man. Like, he has been absolutely great. As I've said a million times, a Billy Donovan offense cannot run without a point guard. And watching Coby White be that point guard and seeing how that offense is now running, it's good. It's good, Will. It's good.
It is good indeed. And the two things that you said, I think, tie together really well, which is that, one, you expected the better team to come out and take over at a certain point. They didn't. Well, maybe they did, and just happened to be the Bulls tonight. But it was that, and it was the fact that the same thing happened in the first quarter when they were down 12 points. That's when Coby took over.
Yes.
So this ability to, withstand the early storm, to weather, and to get back in the game. And then later on in the games, obviously, the Sixers were making runs, and they let it happen, and then they fought back. And I think the whole thing is sort of like a microcosm for the way that this season started, which is just kind of on this really sour note, and then they were able to turn something good into it.
Yeah.
And I think that's really impressive. Just the way that Coby's played, as you said, but even to do it on a night where DeMar really wasn't giving you his best game. He was only 5 of 15 for 15 points. Had the sort of game-sealing free throws, but he had 2 opportunities, went 3 for 4, had a couple of turnovers late in the game that
before he drew that foul, the possession before that was a tough, long 2 that was very highly contested and I thought not a good shot.
I'm sorry, did they not review that foul, Matt?
They did.
And they said it was a foul. That's a foul. You can get your quotations out of here.
I didn't officiate the game.
You get your quotes out. That's a foul. They called it. We roll with it.
Sure. But the point I was going to make is that we were sitting here after the close loss to the Heat, once again talking about whether or not the ball needs to be in DeMar's hands or someone else's hands, Coby, down the stretch of the games. I did not have an issue. Like, the DeMar turnover in the Miami loss Saturday, it's unfortunate and bad timing for a turnover.
Right.
I didn't really have an issue with DeMar having the ball in his hands there.
Right.
Some of the DeMar possessions down the stretch tonight, I think he got bailed out by that whistle. And the possession before that, I thought was a bad ISO long 2 that was not a good shot.
I agree.
So the Bulls survived in spite of that, and as Will said, a not good game from DeMar tonight.
No, yeah, I completely agree with that. I did not like the last 2 possessions by him. If, like you said, against the Heat, I didn't mind it. It felt like it was within the flow, and I felt like, okay, yeah, he was having a DeMar game. Sure, go ahead. This one, he was off. It just felt like he was really just off this game. What really showed me that shouldn't have happened was the block shot by Tobias Harris. Earlier, a few possessions before. When he's blocking your shot, that means, dude, we got to pass. Like something he knows you're doing and something he sees you're doing, he's ready for. We got to find another way to score. Somebody else out here has to be hot. Coby, even Vooch. Shoot, we'll give love to Vooch for sure later on. I got some big love coming for Vooch. But when you're playing like that, I think you got to rotate that basketball because it got real stagnant, and it's one of the things Will has complained about a lot with the Bulls offense is just it becoming very stagnant and the ball not moving. And you saw the offense kind of just die down on them last 2 possessions. Everybody was just kind of standing around, waiting for DeMar to do stuff. And he was not hot, and Tobias Harris was playing really solid defense on him. You got to move the ball in that situation just to see what you can get. Now, yes, he drew the foul. That definitely helped. No question. That possession before, though, that was definitely not the move at all, man. So, I don't know. Like, I think maybe we can look at that further down the line because the opportunity will come up again for sure. If DeMar is not cooking, should he be dribbling the ball and having it like that? We should see if Coby's having a game where he's got 30-something and he's got like 15 in the fourth. You got to start looking at other options, man, those scenarios.
Yeah, I think I disagree.
Okay.
There's a time and a place for the stagnant sort of style, the ISO ball, and I agree that like you said, I mean, I don't want to see that for the 48 minutes. I really don't. But I thought that, like, for the most part, the offense was moving pretty well. Like, it stagnated at times, but like, this was a relatively low scoring game. So it just wasn't like a great scoring night all around. But I do think that late in games, like, you got to get a good possession. And what the Bulls do is basically just try to put DeMar onto a mismatch and let him cook, because that's really, like, in a half court setting, that's the best mathematical chance that they're going to have to score. So I don't have a problem with it. The one against Harris, though, he didn't get the switch, and that's a situation where you'd want to either rescreen or like find somebody else or just get into maybe a different action. Because, like, the reason why DeMar is so good is because typically, one, he's just incredibly talented, but when he gets those smaller guys on him, it's really difficult to just let him have that shot. You really want to try to contest, and when you do, that's when you get in trouble. But when there's a much bigger person on you, not only can they kind of play to the pump fake a little bit more, they can still extend and block, like Tobias ended up doing in that case. So, yeah, I don't in general have a problem with giving DeMar the ball in those situations. I think there are going to be times where, like, Coby and Vooch ran some high pick and rolls that got Vooch a couple of threes there late in the game. I thought that was really good offense too. But I do think, like, in a lot of ways, that's why DeMar is here. And there's going to be games where he hits. There's going to be games where he misses. There's going to be games where he gets fouled. And, you know, they got enough today to come away with it, but certainly it wasn't perfect.
The reason I didn't like them is because of what you said. Like, usually in those situations, he gets that switch.
A mismatch, yeah.
He wasn't getting that, you know. And again, that's because Nick Nurse knows DeMar DeRozan. You know what I mean? We've seen DeMar be defended wonderfully when he was coaching them in Toronto. Like, he would take the ball out of his hands as soon as he was crossing half court. That double team came every single time. So Nick Nurse knows how to defend it. He knows how to avoid those switches. And that wasn't happening. So for me, in that case, like, if that's not happening, you're not getting that switch, you got to give up the ball. Like, you got to find other guys out there who can take that shot and maybe hit that shot. But, you know, that's, again, it's beautiful to say that I can worry about that later because I got to win tonight against a really, 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 really good team.
But that is exactly why we talk about this stuff.
Sure.
Because we had the same conversation after the Heat game where they didn't get the win.
Right.
And now you learn from it, and you're able to pull it out against a better team.
Correct. And again, in those situations, I didn't mind it at all. His matchup, how it was going. Again, I thought he wasn't against a great defender, you know, but Tobias Harris is a really good defender.
Yeah, no,
he has shown
he's
that.
bigger. And I
bigger,
think that's what gives DeMar some trouble, when as much as somebody can give DeMar trouble.
A lot of love for Coby in the comments. 828 Lawson saying Coby about to make me buy League Pass. Rosette 999 saying Coby winning most improved player. Did you guys see the graphic they put up on the broadcast about the increase in points per game from last season to this season and how Coby is leading the league?
Wow.
Maxey is 2. And, you know, in Maxey's defense, or I guess to praise Maxey, he has increased from 20-something points per game to 25-something points per game. But
Coby, though.
Maybe Coby is legit in that conversation.
Coby was coming off the bench.
Matt gets bucket saying Coby White, Coby freaking White.
Yeah. In his career, I mean, I don't mean this either.
Right, yeah. Colin saying that Coby dunk was tasty.
Oh, it was tasty.
It was.
Like, everything just looks so under control. Like, I think that's what I like so much. It just looks so under control, and those other mistakes are few and far between. Like that one mistake where he tries to split the defense, you know, with the crossover. You don't do that, not in the fourth quarter in that time. But again, those mistakes have been few and far between for Coby White.
Sung Hyun Seo saying I could talk for 20 hours about Coby because he's literally the best player on the team. But man, I also saw today what having Alex Caruso on the team means.
Let him go, guys.
There's my explanation for how did the Bulls win this game? Why did the Bulls win this game? Oh, Alex Caruso causing absolute havoc on defense. And to that end, I also wanted to bring up this comment from Rig Ski Man.
Correct.
If there was ever a game to prove that you should not trade Caruso, this was it. Oh. Seriously, who do you think is going to have this type of effect on a game? A bird in the hand, ...
I'd like to find out. I would like to find out. Honestly, guys.
That. And also, look, I'm not trying to ruin anyone's parade or good time tonight.
Be you.
Because that was an impressive win. You beat the Sixers in Philly. when they were on a roll. You're 11-17. You guys want to get excited about being only a half game back of the 10th seed right now? Because I sure as shit don't.
That's not.
I'm not disagreeing with you that Caruso means everything to whether this team has its greatest chance of success every night or not. Because he clearly does. You know who else sees that? 15 playoff-bound NBA teams who are willing to give the Bulls legitimate stuff in return.
Legitimate stuff.
You're not wrong in thinking that Caruso is so valuable to this Bulls team, which is why the Bulls are getting calls for him from every direction. And with him, you're 11-17. Mm-hmm. You want to get excited about that? Get excited about that. Personally, I'm not. And I would like to recoup some value for an Alex Caruso who's not going to help us win playoff games this season. If it can help you build something new for the next year or 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm. That part right there. Like, and that's what I was all continue with saying. That what does it affect winning? I was saying that previously. Does it truly affect the winning of this team? And you mentioned the record, 11-17, and it was points of that 11-17 that Alex Caruso was the best player on the team, and they weren't winning the games. Because if Alex Caruso best player on your team, there is an issue. There is a problem. I love Alex Caruso. We all love Alex Caruso. We know what he brings. We know how awesome he is. We get all of that. But it's also, you have to look into the future as well. You wonder who would do these things. Again, I'd like to find out. We wouldn't know that Coby White was like this, or we finding out about Patrick Williams. We're finding out about these young guys and what they can do. We're finding out about Ayo Dosunmu and things that they had in their game that we didn't know they could have. They're getting the opportunities to show that. I'd like to give some more opportunities to some more younger guys playing that defense, man, for the Bulls. I think their defense is solid. Of course, you're losing it because you're losing an ace. You're losing a first-team all-defense guy. You're losing an ace. But, man, what you can gain back for that ace, Will, what you can gain back as far as picks and actual talent, you might get a player. Who knows? I don't know. Depends on how desperate that GM is and how close that team feels they are to going deep in the playoffs about what they'd be willing to give up. But you can get some real things for this. It's not like I'm saying give up your best player and that if I give you up, we won't win anything like that. It's not like that at all. It's not like saying I'm trading a Giannis or I'm trading a Joker or I'm trading one of those guys like that. We're talking about a man who comes off the bench. And I might get 2 first-round picks for a dude that come off the bench, bro. You have to look at that value, guys. Seriously. You have to look at that kind of value on this team right here. And I think it's a move that they should make. A guy
being the most brilliant version of himself we've ever seen, who is never going to have more trade value given the way he's playing and his contract. And with all of that, he's still not great and brilliant enough to make this a winning team. So why are you holding on to him?
So why hold on? And if he gets hurt, I mean, that really doesn't help you, especially because he's not playing for you, and it doesn't help your value at all.
His transition and one layup tonight, I held my breath. My God.
I mean, it really just comes down to, like, what do you think this team maxes out at? Like, where do you think this team can go this year? And I think based on the way that they played tonight and have played the last 9 games, like, they're kind of the best version of what they were last year, right? This is kind of like the best that you would hope that they could be. And what was that? It was a team that lost in the play-in. A team that is right now outside the play-in despite winning 6 of 9 games. So, yeah, to me, it's like it's more about having the recognition of yourself that, you know, things aren't – you're not, like, competing for a championship right now. You're probably not even going to be a team that gets to the second round of the playoffs. So are you worried about investing in that present, or are you worried about trying to, make things a little bit better for yourself down the line? Because, you know, right now, and I think the argument from AK, frankly, is like, look, we can hang with the Bucks, we can hang with the Sixers. You know, these teams are probably better than us in a series, but, like, we can compete with them. And we're only a half game out of 10, and the Mobley and Garland are now out for a certain period of time, an extended period of time. Like, who knows if some of these teams are like the Magic and the Pacers are real, the Raptors and the Hawks are like, all these teams are kind of in the middle. And even though the Bulls aren't their record doesn't reflect that they're as good as those teams right now, like in any 1 game or 4 game setting, like they could potentially be competitive. But like, and yeah, there's probably an argument there.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a first round series against the Cavs or the Knicks, like you could probably be competitive with them. But like, is that really what you're going for? You want to be like competitive in a first round? I don't know. Like for some people that's probably okay. For me, I would prefer to like aspire towards more than that.
Yeah.
But like that I think is where, and I think that's a reflection of like how the team sees themselves and how the team wants to operate, is that they want to be competitive with the rest of the league as opposed to thinking about themselves as a team that could contend for something one day.
And I don't mind the competitive with a team if we're talking about a young team. If I'm talking about a Coby White, Patrick Williams, Ayo Dosunmu led team going to the playoffs and being like that, I'm all for it. Even with DeMar or without DeMar, I'm all for that. I'm with it. I'm like, yes, absolutely, because I understand the value of what young guys can get as far as experience is concerned in the playoffs. I get that. Maybe Coby White might be on a revenge tour in his brain for not getting, those minutes in that last play-in game. Who knows? Maybe Patrick Williams feels differently. Maybe Ayo feels differently. Who knows? But I'd like it to be led by those young guys, living and dying about that right there. And then the assets that I have with that. And I'm completely comfortable with that because in my head, the outcome is the same. Whether I've got Caruso or whether I don't in that playoffs, the outcome in my brain is the same about what would happen to the Chicago Bulls. You know what I'm saying? So if the outcome is going to be the same and you're telling me I can get something different, it feels like I'm playing with house money if I can get some of that back. So, yeah, man, I'm all for it. I think they should do it. I don't know if they will. It doesn't seem like they will. If they don't, I'll live with it. But I think it's something they should do. I really do.
Duke Adi in the comments, we're talking about trading AC like we're the Pistons. If we were that bad, then yeah, blow it up. See, here's the thing. That's not blowing it up because the Pistons are just a young team that hasn't figured out winning yet. That's not something you blow up.
Or dribbling.
What you blow up is a mediocre aging team that's 6 games under 500.
And that's, like, to me, that's where, like, the fact that the Bulls were so bad to start the year, I think has like warped people's mentality about the current group a little bit, where it's like, yeah, they're like succeeding on a small scale right now.
Yeah.
Which is great.
It is.
But like in the grand scheme of things, they're still outside the play-in tournament looking in. Mm-hmm. They're still, even if they do get in and like things work out in their favor the rest of the way, like they're still not a team that like is on a pathway towards contention. And to me, it's like you correct that stuff if you're not doing it. And frankly, I don't understand why you wouldn't do that. But that's, I think, the difference in mentality is like there's a focus and a preference on delivering now versus like, at the expense of the future.
It is amazing to me. And this is going to come off sounding more, standing on my fucking pedestal than I want it to. It is amazing to me how quickly Bulls fans can shift from screaming at the people who run this team, mediocrity is not good enough, and then a couple of wins, and yay, mediocrity! This is so much better than losing every night. Yay! Why aren't you happier? Yay! Because I'm still not okay with mediocrity, and we are still below mediocrity. So forgive me for not doing, celebratory cartwheels around our fucking studio right now.
So when we get over 500, what you gonna do? I
will pick my jaw up off the floor and then I'll figure it out.
But I think
that's where they look like they headed, bro. This team looks better.
Yeah,
team looks better.
But that's my point. Like 500 isn't like some achievement that you should be like so.
I know, but it's what's in front of me. So that's all I got. You know what I mean?
But you have to also keep in context the season on the whole. Like, I think if you like siphon off every single like 14-9 segment, you can make anything seem like a win.
Well, sure, but
they went 500 in the play-in tournament. Like,
I'm looking at it as
a
a whole. I can only focus on what's in front of me. I can't focus on what they did.
But that's part of the whole.
I know, but I'm saying I'm talking about the focus I have. If I focus on what they did, I'll go crazy about what you did in the past. You're the one who hate living in the past. Why would I live there? I don't want to live there, dog. I'm going to focus on what's in front of me. What's in front of me is I got a team that's better than what was. They are better. This is a better team. This is what I wanted to see, right? Is this not what we wanted to see? Did we not want to see these young guys be better? And look good?
I'm not saying that I don't want to see
with
this.
that. This is what I wanted. And they're giving me that shit. And I'm with this.
No,
we can still enjoy a team that has a surging Coby White on it, and Pat and Io, and whichever of these younger guys you want to continue cheering for, and you can respect and appreciate when they play hard and they even play well.
Dalen Terry.
You can also make changes between now and February 8th
Yes.
to put them
Yes.
in a better position to succeed moving forward.
We're not disagreeing on any of that.
Okay, good.
We're not disagreeing on any. I'm just talking about the winning. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not disagreeing on any of the change. We are on the same page about Caruso. We are on the same page.
Yep.
I'm just talking about my excitement level and being excited about a team that's playing better.
Sure.
That's where I was in the disagreements at.
Oh, that's
I'm
fine.
excited about that.
I know.
Like, they look better. If it was just because DeMar was getting 50,
right,
and they're getting wins, I feel
then
you.
it's different.
Yes, but Coby White, oh my God, what the hell?
Yeah.
Patrick Williams, Jesus Christ, what are we doing out here?
Superstar.
Yeah. Shout out to Hair. But yeah, man, like that's what I'm here for, is the growth of the young guys. And I'm seeing it happen in front of me, and it's leading to wins. I can't be mad at that, bro. I just can't.
Juan Manda saying Big Dave is the voice of the people. That dude Tank saying I stand with Big Dave.
I'm just talking.
So you're not talking about that kind of tank, a different kind of tank if you stand with Dave. We have to take our first break. We'll come back. We'll keep talking about this. We'll get more of y'all's thoughts as well. What a fun, interesting night this is.
I want this hoodie so bad.
While we are sharing these words from our friends and sponsors, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button if you're watching along on YouTube. We greatly appreciate it. Joey's working on his jar of thumbs. He needs yours. Also, make sure you subscribe to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Tonight's postgame brought to you by our friends at Circus Sportsbook, who have those tight moneyline splits and use their low hold model. They always strive to have games at minus 110 on the spread, on the over-unders, rather than 115 or 120, just because the people who do that are mean and are greedy. And Circus like, no, take the minus 110. We want the odds and the value to go to you. They also don't limit players based on their winnings. Every player has the same limits, unlike other books who do limit winning players. They also have some of the best value out there when it comes to large market bets, like futures, NBA futures, for example. Mm-hmm. Maybe you want to put down a bet for Coby White, winning most improved player.
Oh,
seems like a fun thing to do right now.
Joey would do it.
Best value, if you want to make a bet like that, you will find it at Circa. They also have the best customer service around. Real people. The same real people that run the main Circa Sportsbook at their Circa Resort and Casino in Vegas.
That's what
they are great. They do a great job, and they will help you with whatever you need. They are also not robots. So that's great. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app at circasports.com/Illinois-app to sign up today. Also check out their various Chicago and Illinois watch parties, tailgates, variety of events, because they are all fun. We've been to some of those too. If you or someone you know may have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537. Text GAMB to 833-234 or visit areyoureallywinning.com.
Well, kids, it's time to keep it real. It's getting easy. Sorry, I didn't mean to break wheel this early.
Are you ready to keep it real, fellow kids?
2 kids. It's getting easier for businesses to switch to electric vehicles. That's something we can all get behind, including Joey Spathis, for the health of the planet and for the well-being of all of us who share it. We share these things.
We do.
We do.
We do.
We do. Everybody gets a piece.
The electric grid, Dave, it's evolving.
Is it?
It's evolving to meet your cleaner energy needs. as we all move with confidence towards an electric tomorrow. Whether you have one delivery van,
Like Joey.
or a whole fleet of shipping trucks like George Sr.,
George. Oh, colossal fleet.
ComEd can help guide you to make the changes that make sense.
Well, man, you say that right there. So, what should business owners do?
Thank you for asking, Dave.
Oh, man.
Go to ComEd.com/clean to learn more about the resources, the fleet rebates, and infrastructure incentives available to help businesses go electric. If you own a business, one, congratulations. Good for you. That's
out.
hella impressive.
Yes, it is.
Two, don't wait. Start making your plan today to switch to electric vehicles. Good for business, good for the planet, good for us all. Go to ComEd.com/clean.
Did you say ComEd.com/clean?
That's right, Dave. Go now and see how going electric connects us to a better way of doing business and a better future for generations to come.
Oh,
like the Kobe Io Pat generation.
oh, shout out Baby Joey.
That is a generation to come.
Yes, that is a
Baby
generation
Joey.
to come, man.
Have you heard from Baby Joey recently?
Oh, man, he's busy.
He's busy?
Yeah, man, he's been out, everywhere. It's the holiday season.
There was a stretch of time when you were hearing from him every day.
Well, yeah, because, the summer. You know what I mean? When it's summertime, you know what I mean?
Keeping tabs on Joey.
Yeah, exactly. But wintertime, he's a little different. You know what I mean? Reserved. He starts growing a baby beard. He's the only human I've ever seen with a baby beard in
He
my
hibernates.
life. Yeah, he's got a 3 o'clock shadow, not a 5 o'clock. It's a 3 o'clock. But, he's chilling, though. I know that right now, man. So he told me he's taking a trip to the North Pole soon. You know what I mean? I didn't ask why, but, he told me that's why the 3 o'clock shadow was happening. That's all I know. So we'll see how it go. He asked me on the price of some reindeer, too. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Can you purchase reindeer?
Baby Joey can. I know he can.
Is that like black market kind of business dealings?
All I'm saying is he's got a guy. That's all I'm telling you. He's got a guy.
He's got a reindeer guy.
He's got a reindeer guy. All right. you don't even know to talk to.
And my guess is his reindeer guy does not inquire when tracking down these reindeer
I don't ask
as
him
his
questions.
service if it is for the sake of, Santa needs another one. He needs like a bench player reindeer to come in.
I mean, maybe.
Or if it's like Baby Joey wants a reindeer as a pet.
Right.
Or somebody's hungry for some reindeer meat.
Yeah. Either one of those things work.
Delicious.
Have you had reindeer?
I think I have actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Does everything taste like chicken that isn't chicken to you? It does to me. That's what I'm asking. Except for frog legs. Except frog legs. Frog legs
It was different. No, yeah, I think I had a reindeer burger.
No.
What
They're
the?
delicious. Frog legs look really good, man.
What do they taste like?
Not chicken, but when you put them with some hot sauce, it's just good. It's just good meat. That's the best way I can
Tastes
say
like
it.
good meat.
Just good meat, man.
Okay.
Frog legs are awesome. I
I'm not saying they're
recommend
not. I
frog
just
legs.
didn't know if there was a comparison.
Yeah, I recommend frog legs. bro. I do.
Never tried frog legs.
Yeah, I've had rabbit too.
They're not great.
Had rabbit. That tastes like chicken. That definitely tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
I don't recommend rabbit.
What did you feed Will tonight that he enjoyed?
Oh, shout out to Kitchen and Cocktails, I think it's Kitchen and Cocktails. Yes, shout out to Kitchen and Cocktails. It's a place you all should check out. I believe the entire title is Kitchen and Cocktails by Kevin Kelly. But shout out to them. Great place to have brunch. A lot of awesome people go there, and it's delicious. It's amazing. But Will, I got him lunch because he got me lunch. So I returned the favor and got him some too. But we both had the same thing except mine had shrimp in it. I didn't know if Will liked shrimp. Do you like shrimp?
Yeah.
Then next time we'll have shrimp. I didn't know.
do like shrimp.
So I didn't want to make a mistake or anything like that. So I just got
It was
him
delicious. I
the
appreciate it.
veggie one, man. But yeah, it was delicious, man. They have incredible meals. I'm gonna get you something from there too, Matt. One day. And
Do they make real food?
Huh?
Do they make real food?
Yes, Matt. They make real food.
Okay.
They have meat. They
Okay.
absolutely have meat, and I got you back. I wouldn't do you like that.
I know.
I wouldn't do you this way.
You made me eat that veggie sandwich.
It wasn't a maid. It was a bet. It wasn't a maid. It was a bet. You lost a bet and took 2 bites out of a delicious, amazing sandwich from Chef Sarah. Shout out Chef Sarah. That sandwich was amazing. I just ate that the other day. It was great. Will liked it too.
Just a bunch of slimy vegetables. That's all that was in there. It was bread and slimy vegetables.
That's all he saw. It's like he sees just worms in anything that doesn't have meat in it, even though meat has the worms.
I like this random super chat from the Duke 811 who said,
Sorry, Straight Smoke. Sorry.
From Jelly. I think we're learning tonight the chat room
This is actually Jelly's super chat that he won from the Duke by guessing who the Duke's new avatar is.
Is that right?
Yes.
What?
So is this the Duke?
So yes,
That's
this
Jelly
is the Duke.
as the Duke.
This is the Duke, but he was saying, I think it was the Duke of Edinburgh, but this is now Jim Broadbent. And Duke says, yes, it's from his film, The Duke. Congrats, you win a super chat. What would you like to say? And this is what he chose to say.
Wow.
Say that name of that place after Duke of again, Joe.
Edinburgh. Borough.
Shout out
Edinburgh?
to
Is it Edinburgh? That's how it's spelled.
Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Edinburgh.
You were close.
From Jelly, I think we're learning tonight that the chat room has long-term memory loss. That's what I was saying, because, Peck, you said, like, people were, like, oh, we had a mediocrity. Not only that, literally a couple of days ago, people were asking us to stage a boycott protest at United Center.
Yeah, they sure did.
How quickly a couple of wins
I guess
changed things.
it comes down to, like, do you really buy this as, like, the team now?
Yeah.
Like, they played well the last 9 games. Does that mean that everything from the first 19 games is, like, totally absolved?
And I think
I don't know.
The other factor, and look, there is no denying that this team seems to have some increased level of cohesion and playing for one another and playing with one another since Zach took a seat. And before Zach took a seat, Zach was playing like a checked out, half-assed, DGAF version of himself. I don't think anybody would argue that.
He did do that. Yeah, he did.
In this stretch of not even 10 games yet, right? 6-3.
Yeah.
Teams are kind of opponents are going to have to, on the fly, adjust and adapt.
Sure.
Because for the last couple years now, I think most everybody had a pretty easy defensive game plan.
Right.
For who and what the Bulls were.
Correct.
It's different now.
Yeah.
Teams haven't successfully, more nights than not, adapted to that yet. I don't think that is necessarily a long-term benefit that will continue existing for the Bulls that is helping them right now.
The fact that teams don't know really who they are. That's what you mean?
They're having to try to game plan for something that is not DeMar, Zach,
Right.
Zach, which is way easier to guard.
Yeah, and we talked about that with Coby White when I was talking about him being guarded by Jimmy Butler, about teams starting to have you on the bulletin board right now, or the whiteboard, since nobody has a chalkboard no more, or on the whiteboard, teams have got Coby White's name up. So that stuff's going to change, and then you'll find out exactly how good you are. I think for me, I'm just looking at the consistency of things and how guys are playing within that stretch. For me, it's not a fluke stretch because fluke things aren't happening. Execution is happening. And that's the difference for me. Like, I'm watching them execute and run plays and do things right. And it's not just falling, as I like to say, ass backwards into things anymore. Like, there's actual execution, there's actual ball movement, there's actual plays being run, there's guys getting rebounds, resetting the offense, and then running the proper play. Like, those are the things that make me excited. There's actually shooting that is happening right now. Those aren't fluke things to me. That isn't somebody just getting hot and then just, because they're going 1-on-3. This isn't watching a bad team. And even though we watched Kelly Oubre tonight, that's kind of who I'm thinking of when I think of this. Just watching Kelly Oubre go off, or watching Jordan Poole go off, you know what I'm saying, against a team and he drops 65 or something like that. And you're like, oh, man, okay. It's not like, oh, wow, we're back. The teams are back. No, there's a process to it. And I'm watching the Bulls actually go through the process. And that's what is exciting to me, is I'm watching them do the right thing and do it the right way and playing these games like we are an actual legitimate basketball team, with or without Alex Caruso. All right? Get some picks for him. So I think that's the difference of how I see it. Watching Ayo and how he's played. He's had games where he put up the Tony Snell, and then he comes back, and then 26, 8-8 on the team. That's stuff I look for now, because I'm like, how do you respond to that adversity? And Patrick Williams is probably another guy, you look at a lot about this. How do you respond? Can you be consistent with? Pat's been pretty consistent, man.
I had another rough game tonight.
He did, for sure. But
Pat has put together a stretch of games where you're like, okay.
And a stretch a stretch of games I haven't seen him do, is what I'm saying. Like, even when we were sitting there watching him, and you were like, he missed another layup, and I'm yelling at, I'm not like yelling mean.
Right, yeah.
But I was yelling at you in excitement.
About how the fact that he got to the rim for a layup attempt.
Correct.
Is because he showed us some moves.
Yes.
As like a one-on-one basketball player tonight that we had really never seen.
That I'd really never seen. Yes. And
got that. Next step, make your layups.
Right. So
Baby
I'm like.
steps.
So for me, that's the growth. And for me, that's the excitement that I have. And the fact that they're getting wins within that growth and those things kind of happening is what gives me, carte blanche to come on here and yell and be happy.
I don't disagree with where you're coming from, or like think that's a wrong way of looking at it. To me, it's just like larger questions about the longer term of this core. And when I say this core, I mean like, well, Caruso, DeMar,
right,
and Vooch. And like, we can talk about this reporting maybe from today. With regards to Zach's future, like, is he even really going anywhere? I don't know. So like at a certain point, yes, Coby is playing better. What happens when Zach comes back? Are you still just doing the same thing? And like, to me, they can be playing better, but for the majority, like, for all intents and purposes, they are still the same team. Mm-hmm. That's just being the same level of mediocre, just in different sections of the season.
I got you.
Right. And I wonder if at any point that will change. Mm-hmm. And the Zach trade, if and when that happens, is going to have a huge impact on how that looks.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see how that happens, how that goes down. Do you think that trade is more of a trade that's going to happen within like soon, or a more of a deadline thing? Like we might actually see him put on the Bulls uniform again, but then he gets traded.
Well, I would say this is not going to happen until the trade deadline. And honestly, I'm feeling like it might not happen this year. Not like saying I know anything, but just the way that the market has materialized, like it's past December 15th. Like if there was really somebody who was like chomping at the bit for Zach, he'd be gone.
True.
Champing at the bit. Continue.
Oh, pardon me.
He can't. He can't help himself. He can't help himself.
And there was some reporting today from Sam Amick at the Athletic, and basically he got Rich Paul on record saying, well, people are saying Zach wants to go to the Lakers. That's not necessarily true. Like, we just want him to go somewhere where he's going to be happy. And there was a second quote in there. I don't know if Joey, maybe you can find it. Basically just saying, if the Bulls decide to go another direction and that includes Zach, then we will, take it from there. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's like this sort of realization that, Zach he scored 50, and then they had that sort of soft trade request. Mm-hmm. And he's sitting courtside with Rich Paul at the United Center and smiling. His earrings are dangling and
wearing the same hoodie.
And all of a sudden, like, nobody in the league really wants him. And people are talking about him like he's just a dead contract, Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that does not feel good for Zach. I'm sure that does not like feeling good on his confidence.
I'm sure it don't.
And one, I think that there's probably a realization that there's a reality where he does have to come back to the Bulls. Mm-hmm. And two, does that change who he's going to be or who he wants to be as a part of this team? Like, he's been, by all reporting, great on the sidelines, great in the locker room, getting along with everybody, like no interpersonal dynamics, but like, the Bulls are playing well without him. And, there's probably some coincidence there. It's probably like a perfect storm of just kind of like shit going on for Zach, where they start to play, they're playing terribly while he's out there. He gets hurt. They start playing better. And I wonder how that's going to impact things moving forward too. Like this whole, like, these wins and losses are great, but like there's still a lot of huge roster decisions coming. And yeah, it's like even really hard to, at certain points, to like appreciate what's going on, because there just seems to be so much massive potential change coming. And even if it doesn't happen, even if that change doesn't happen, even if Zach doesn't go anywhere, that thing is still like looming over this team. And I don't think that just goes away.
Well, I mean, there are countless examples throughout the years, Will, of disgruntled NBA stars who demand trades, and then for whatever reason, the trade doesn't happen, and they stick around and even come back and play again for that team, and everything goes great for everyone. Zach is done. Like I follow the logic of what you just said, and like you terrified the shit out of me today when you said that you believe those reports. And he might stick around. I am sorry.
I'm not saying he's like sticking around because he wants to be here.
No. I know that. I'm not saying that you're validating for that being a good path forward. I am saying cat's out of the bag. The can of worms is all over your dining room freaking table. Deal with it. Because asking Zach to come back into these feel-good vibes of the young guys playing well and Coby turning into a quasi-star of sorts ruins it. Because Zach's not happy. They all feel uncomfortable about the fact that Zach is not happy, and nobody's happy. And it goes back to a bunch of people standing around looking like they're not excited to play with and for one another. I do not see a path forward that is at all feasible.
Do you see a path forward where it's like 0 picks incoming, Harrison Barnes, Kevin Huerter, and 0 picks? Like, I just don't know.
It's gross.
If AK is going to be able to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Don't do that.
You have
Don't do that.
You have a point to doubt his willingness to trade Zach at a bottom barrel price compared to what he could still very legitimately be worth to an NBA team. I am just sitting here as a fan saying, you cannot walk this back.
He's only worth what somebody's willing to pay.
Correct.
And what the Bulls have paid is a lot of money.
Yeah.
To have him. But like, if nobody else wants him, like,
the only thing that everyone in our comments tonight seems to be agreeing on and is in full agreement on is Zach
awesome.
gotta go. Well, yeah, Dave's awesome. Yeah.
But I mean, that's also
nothing new. Sorry, well, go ahead.
That's also like, I don't think it's a good reason to like say trade Caruso because you have to like make up for what you aren't able to get for Zach. Like, I think they also still need to take the Zach trade seriously. You can't just like get rid of him to get rid of him. I think you should have better asset management in general and trade Caruso because you're not going anywhere and because he's valuable and you can get stuff for him. But I think like if you are like 10 games of Coby being, 27-7 guy, 25-7-7 on 50-50, 90 shooting.
Sexy.
That's not enough reason to just dump Zach. And I think that's really all you can do right now. Like, I think in a lot of, there's a world where like the best thing for Zach is for him to come back healthy, play well, Bulls continue to look good. And like, he makes it pretty clear to people that he's still as talented as we all know Zach is without like completely hijacking the season or tanking the vibes.
I suppose that's possible.
Tanking the vibes.
My first point, and it was said somewhat in jest, but also somewhat seriously, is disgruntled star player comes back after requesting a trade and then sitting on the shelf with an injury. And, I'm not making light of the fact that maybe Zach's foot is messed up right now.
It's messed up.
Chat, really quick. Sorry, are you going to...
Well,
he had a point.
I had a point I was making.
Sorry, go. I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
I am just saying there are countless examples in recent years where that blows up because the player has to come back and in some way play again after the trade request thing happens. And we're going to try and find you a trade. And then they don't. And it's like uncomfortable, awkward. I'm still here. You're all still here. I'm not saying that
has been asking for a trade. Like,
I'm not like, advocating for AK to sell Zach for literally a bag of expired airline peanuts. I am saying if they don't, and he is still here after February 8th, they better be ready to deal with the fact that it's going to be ugly, that he is still here. That's all I'm saying.
It's a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. Joey, you cut Matt off mid point to say something.
It's all good.
We want to do an ad break, and then did you have something you wanted to? Okay, let's do that.
Let's get some.
We still got Goon of the Night coming up on deck.
Goonish,
we got
Joseph.
we still got some super chats that we will get to, and while we are doing that, give our friend Joey here some thumbs ups, please.
Please. You gotta have it.
Tonight's episode of CHGO Bulls Postgame brought to you by Prize Picks. Woo! Prize Picks. It's a fun way to make some money while you're watching your sports. It is the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America.
Word?
That's a whole continent. We are Prize Picks are the easiest and most exciting way to play DFS. It's just you against the numbers.
Yes.
That's it. Instead of battling thousands of other players online, including pros and sharks. Nobody likes sharks. Not even sharks.
You hate sharks,
You
too?
pick, yes.
Damn. All right.
Great whites? No, thank you. Okay. You pick more or less on stats for 2 to 6 players and their stat projections, and then just watch the winnings roll in. And here's the other cool thing, and it's something I love about Prize Picks, is you can do those combined sports picks. So with basketball in full swing, we still got football going strong. We were watching the Bulls and then had Monday Night Football on the side TV tonight, which is just a glorious thing.
It really is.
We are so blessed.
Yes. So true.
You can pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League on Prize Picks, a league created specifically for combo projections that include 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. So, for example, if you were watching the Eagles play on Monday Night Football and you're a Bulls fan watching the action tonight, you could have made a Prize Picks combo bet for DeMar DeRozan and A.J. Brown to have over or under 10.5 combined made three-pointers and receptions.
Under.
It was under. I do
I'm
not believe
biased.
DeMar hit a 3 tonight.
And I'm biased on AJ Brown.
Yeah, well, that's true. And, so you could do it with the Bulls. You could do it with the Bears. You could do it with the Blackhawks. Whatever you want to do, you can do those combined Prize Picks. They're a lot of fun. They even offer their reboot policy so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For football and basketball games, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half, like Torrey Craig, if you were doing this on Saturday, and doesn't return in the second half, that player is rebooted for Prize Picks. It's the only daily fantasy sports platform with an injury insurance policy.
Yes.
The only one. It's really simple to play. I can make my picks, submit my entry in less than 60 seconds.
Woo.
Time is valuable. Get in, make your picks, get out. Here's what you do. Go to prizepicks.com/CHGO and use code CHGO for a first deposit match up to $100. Yeah. That's prizepicks.com/CHGO and use code CHGO. Daily fantasy sports made easy. Check out those Prize Picks.
Check them out. Joey, did I see 88 visuals saying he don't like when I'm screaming?
Yes.
That's what he's saying?
Yes.
Oh, man, you should know something about me by now. Once you tell me you don't like something I do,
That's literally what I just wrote.
it literally just makes you want to do it more.
I just wrote, never changing.
It's who I am. First of all, I don't mind that you don't like it because it's a part of me. And if you don't like me for being me, I am completely comfortable with that. But since you don't like it, Ray, Chevy, let's go. Give me some Ray. You need a car. Ow! This is your fault, 88 visuals. You wanted it. You got it right now. Shout out ACDC, because I'm going to hit them levels right here. Our partner, Ray Chevrolet, is having their biggest sale of the year. When? Right now. Make your way to Ray Chevy on Route 12. Or Route 12 if you fancy, in Fox Lake to join in on the savings for their model year-end sales event. There's an exclamation point there, so I had to yell. It's not my fault. As one of the top-selling Chevy dealers in the Midwest, you'll always be able to shop one of Chicagoland's largest Chevy inventories. But right now, guess what? They're trying to make room for the incoming 2024 models. Oh, it's on the way in a couple of weeks. So, all their current inventory must go! Get out! That was in all caps with an exclamation point. Not my fault. Plus, you can find the perfect tailgate vehicle at Ray Chevrolet because they have over, guess what, 100 new Silverados in stock. And that's not all. 0% financing with $0 down and 0 payments until the spring of 2024. OR is capitalized. Save $3,000 on a new Chevy Blazer, $4,000 on an Equinox, or over $10,000. You heard what I said, $10,000 on a Silverado. And to top that all off, if that wasn't enough, they're pricing over 125 vehicles under $20,000. Seriously, y'all, can prices get more affordable? I'm asking you straight up, can it? Let me answer it for you. It cannot. Oh, and I know everyone loves the word free. Why do you love free, Joey?
Because it tastes better.
Yes, it do. And that's what you'll get this month at Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake. Free oil change. I said a free oil change. All you need to do is mention CHGO when scheduling your oil change online or on the phone. You better hurry. This exclusive offer ends New Year's Eve. That is December 31st, 2023. Visit Ray Chevy in Fox Lake or RayChevrolet.com to get your model year-end savings. They've been serving the community since 1963. Find new roads and let them roads lead you to Ray Chevrolet. Oh, shout out 80 Visuals. Loud and proud and happy as hell.
He was complaining in the comments the whole time.
Yes. Keep it up.
And yes, shout out also to Straight Smoke, who did predict a Bulls win in pregame tonight.
Oh, shout out to you.
Didn't get it exactly right. He said Bulls by 7. They won by 4.
Yes.
That's pretty damn close.
Come on, Donnie Free.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Straight Smoke. You've been hella active in the comments. You've been running it. You're here every day. So shout out to you guys.
Straight
shout out to
Smoke.
everybody in the chat. Really awesome chat tonight. 500-something people for most of it. Hit the like button.
Hit that like button.
Even if
Joey
you
needs
disagree
the
with some
thumbs.
about what we said, that's fine. But hit the like button. Yeah.
Matt Peck versus Big Dave screaming at
Well, I was saying, they were
don't
all
want
saying,
that.
like,
Oh, you don't want
I
that.
said
You don't want that.
they're the last people that should be complaining about the screaming. I'm wearing the headphones. I'm sitting right here. It's a lot sometimes, but it's fine. And so 808
You
80
learn to live
Visuals
with it.
said, Joey, do yourself
He's
a
sitting
favor.
here. Don't forget about the GOAT.
That's
you got to
true.
deal with this too.
That's true. Goat's got it in like one ear.
I don't know. We
got
get surround sound, dog. Like
He's got
you
to
know,
turn when he wants to hear something.
Matt's vocals can go like this. Hit him on the other side, man.
Don't worry, Joe. I feel it.
That's why I don't. Studio B freaks me out. I'm too close to acoustics.
Oh, you know oh God, yeah. Don't let some super win happen and we gotta go in Studio B. That ain't gonna be no fun for none of y'all. It'll be fun for me. But oh my God. Oh, a game winner oh my God, I will lose it. Let Patrick Williams hit a game winning 3. I will lose it.
I'll
dog.
go listen to the game on the radio in my car.
I'm gonna lose it, man.
Do we have some goonage?
I think we got some goonies to give away.
It's goon time, Joe.
Joey, can we hit some goons?
To be the man, you gotta beat the man now. I'm the man.
Brought to you by Empire Today, where all they do is floors, 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 no matter what. 588-2300. Will
Empire.
today.
Look at that.
Goon of the Night. Here's the belt, the prestigious Goon of the Night belt. It's pretty. It's awesome. Shout out Monday Night Raw is on right now as well. We'll go Gottlieb.
It's Alex Caruso. Thank you very much.
Damn. All right.
Because dude came back, immediately came into the game, stole like a shovel pass
He did.
away from a guy who he was guarding, and then took it full court and did a little circus layup that went in.
That was pretty.
That was nice. The defensive impact, just impactful as ever. He was in a game where the Bulls won by 4, and all of the starters were in the negatives in plus minus. We're talking Patrick Williams, -5. We're talking DeMar DeRozan, -5. Vooch, -7. Coby White, -3. And A standing ovation for Mr. Negativity himself, Ayo Dosunmu, minus 23. In a win by 4 points, Alex Caruso was plus 18, team high, tied with Javon Carter.
Amazing.
But that's not all. What did Alex Caruso do in the locker room after the game?
Talk to me, Will.
He started the agenda. Get Coby White to the 3-point contest.
Wow.
2024.
Reciprocating the agenda
Reciprocating
that
the
Coby
love.
started to make Alex Caruso an all-star this year.
Correct.
Julia Poe posted
Shout
a
out,
video
Julia.
Shout it out.
by Julia Poe on Twitter. Go find it. Good video of Alex in the locker room after the game. Just yes.
I mean, I love that.
Just all of it.
Sadly, that, coincidentally comes on a night when Kobe's streak ended.
Yeah, it did.
It ended at 14 games. Coby only hit 2 threes tonight. A sad note on a very still amazing
Great
Coby White game.
Yes, he had a great game.
Which, different streak going, 6 straight games of 20-plus points for young Coby White.
It's getting sexy out here. It's getting sexy.
Joe, do you have a good of the night?
Joey, Goon of the night, sir.
Yeah, that's fun, Goat. I like your pick how it is Caruso, but it's not because it's Patrick Williams tonight.
Tried the little man, you man.
13 points.
He hit you with one of them. Yes, he
13 points from Patrick Williams. You know what I liked even more than that?
Tell me, Joey.
13 shot attempts, including, I think it was 3
Some would say that's not very efficient.
in a row.
I would say that's not very efficient.
That's fine. We're not talking about efficiency. We're talking about aggression.
I like it.
3
2
shots in a
9
row
on
down the
twos.
court. He took the first one for the Bulls. He was
did.
coming off dribble handoffs. He was bringing the ball up the court. He played 37 MF minutes tonight.
Yeah.
3 of 4 from 3.
Come on, Joe.
He's asserting himself
Yeah.
every day, a little bit more.
Yeah.
And you know what, chat? I know you guys are excited that we're not meathead enough right now. I'm pretty fucking excited about Patrick Williams.
Oh!
He's the goon of the night.
Let's go! Joey's fast.
Drop
Were you
it.
practicing that
Yeah.
speech in Studio B or something during the game? That was impressive.
That's from his
pretty-
heart.
that was
Did you
actually-
write that? That was
I love
just off
that.
the top?
Hard right there.
Love
He
it.
meant every
I
second
love
of it.
it.
That's well done, Joey Spath. That's well done. Lisa would be proud.
Lisa would be proud.
Oh, my goodness. Matt Peck, your Goon of the night, sir.
Well, I mean, I got to give at least some goon love to our fellow Bulls fans, those of you in the comments tonight who were like so jacked. And again,
Jacked.
not belittling what the Bulls accomplished tonight.
Yes.
Winning in Philly, not
Pretty
easy
awesome.
to do.
Yeah.
It is so funny to me how quickly Bulls fans could go from being, as Joey said, literally torches and pitchforks angry to, what do you mean blow up this team? This is amazing. This team is amazing. God love you. Y'all, you make me happy.
Yes.
But Goat is right. Don't overthink it. Alex Caruso, he's a goon tonight. Honestly, he should be the goon of the night every night, more or less. That man, he was playing octopus defense all night. The aim when he had in transition was ridiculous.
Yes.
I was scared for him for a minute. I'm glad he's okay for now.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. That man is a goon. That man is always a goon, and he was a goon tonight.
I just thought of my other. I'm not going to say it, but I think there's a backdoor candidate to this Goon of the Night award, and if he does win, I will say if that's the person I'm thinking of.
Okay.
But I think that there's an off chance here.
I tell you right now,
Just
text
leaving-
to me in the
leaving-
Slack because I want to know that it's true. I don't want to leave any
you
doubt.
can just say
Yeah,
that's who you
exactly.
were thinking of whenever
Exactly.
Big Dave
Just
says
leaving
who
doors
it is.
open for himself so that he might end up being
That's
able
right.
to be
Shout out
right.
Silk
I have
Sonic.
sent it to Dave.
Okay.
I
Shout
have
out Silk
submitted
Sonic.
Don't
it.
look at
I'm
it.
not going to look at it.
Okay.
I'm on it. I got it. I'm not going to look at it. But Goon of the Night goes to Andre Drummond.
Wow.
Andre Drummond gets Goon of the Night, and I will tell you why. Because when Andre Drummond hit the second free throw that did not allow Philly to get any chicken nuggets, he ran back down the court and told them, sit your ass down. Relax. Nobody's eating tonight. That is goon shit, ladies and gentlemen. That is goondom right there. Plus factor in the Andre Drummond rebound, run around in a circle and come back to the lane and try to get the layup, which went in, by the way, but it wasn't counted. Then he shot those free throws. That is goondom at its finest, and I enjoyed it, and it was sexy and awesome. I can't take nothing away from Alex Caruso and how he played. It was amazing. It almost went to Dalen Terry, who had 2 points and 3 rebounds and an assist out there in about 10 minutes.
Dalen gave him good minutes tonight.
But that play where he went up to steal the ball was some Goon shit. It really was.
Dalen was who I was thinking of for you.
Yeah, okay. All right. It was
There you
close.
go.
It was
Couple
close.
Goon
That's a
minutes
good
in there.
backdoor guess.
Good
That's a good
backdoor.
backdoor guess.
But this goes to Andre Drummond for denying Philly its awesome chicken nuggets. No food, no soup for you, is what he said.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. That's Goon stuff, and I enjoyed every second.
Shout out to Adam in the comments who said, Goon of the night is the reason I stay awake until 3:30 a.m. after Bulls wins. If we lose, I go to bed and listen on Spotify the next day.
The fact you getting the content is all we here
Adam,
for, man.
you are a true Bulls Nation hero.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out. That's awesome to hear.
Man, good for Drummond. That's a solid Goon win right there.
Yes, it is.
Speaking of which,
And
as
with
Dave-
that, Drummond takes an outright lead for Goon of the Nights with 2 on the season.
2 full clean wins.
Two full
None of
wins.
these halvesy wins or thirdsy wins.
2.0 wins for Andre
guy's out of
Drummond
control.
on the season.
I am.
The Goon of the Night, of course, award is always brought to you by our friends at Empire. Today, with Empire, you get shop at home convenience, the right product for your needs, quick and professional installation, and that low price guarantee because, as Dave says, floors, floors, floors.
No matter what.
Empire today is the best place to get new flooring, so of course they've got copycats amongst their competitors, but those copycats can't beat Empire in quality, can't beat them on service, can't beat them on speed. All they do to try and fail to beat them is offer basement level pricing on crap flooring products
Bunch of crap.
that Empire won't even bother to give you as an option and carry in their wonderful selection because it's a wonderful selection.
It is.
It's not a wonderful selection with some crap in it that's cheap. It's Empire, and it's only Empire. Check out their virtual floor designer. Great way to see how different flooring looks in your home. Real simple. Snap a pic. Swipe through some different flooring options. That way you can see what it looks like with your lighting, with your decor, whatever you need to see to make the right choice. They also service their own warranties. Shout out to them. Anytime there's a problem that arises, Empire will come take care of it. Nobody else. Schedule your free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive a $350 discount when they use promo code CHGO. That's right. I said $350. Restrictions apply. See EmpireToday.com/CHGO for details.
Yo, when you said that line about speed, all I thought was on speed. That's really what was going through my head.
Even though the line is on weed.
Yeah, I know, yes, I changed it. It's on,
On
speed.
Differing effects, really, when you think about it.
Little bit.
All right,
Down
Joe,
Stewart.
let's rock some super chats and then call it a night.
You know, I'm always ready to rock the super chats.
Are you?
Just check here.
Or are you looking at our ad schedule?
Well, do we miss?
No, I got him. There was a double in break 2 and 3, if that's
Okay.
what you were thinking of.
Did we hit Goose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit the Goose? Right. I forgot the horn, as I tend to do. Anyways, Sergio Ivan Gonzalez with 50
Sergio!
pesos, right? Because Mexican dollars. Pesos. My man, Zach, finally found his ideal place in this team. His fashion game, coming off the bench to celebrate with the actual players, is on point always.
Thank you for saying
Yeah,
that. I
you are
pointed
right,
that out
Sergio.
tonight.
Zach has looked real clean.
I was asking Will, what's that thing made? Is it fresh llama? Is it yak? What is that stuff made out of that he is wearing? He looks absolutely amazing and comfortable. That's the point of it. He looks amazing and comfortable. Shout out to
Whatever
him.
that is, he also has some
Like
big
this.
old shiny diamonds in his ears.
Oh, blinding. Like this hoodie right here.
Just need to get the orange one, and then
And you can
Then I'll
do
be
that.
set.
That's it.
me and Zach are basically the same person.
yeah.
Something like that.
Get
What
these
else we
two
got,
things
Joe?
clear.
We got
got 'em,
another
Pierce.
one here from the Duke.
The Duke.
The Duke, who says, after the Bulls and Bears this weekend, I was about to poop myself when the Sixers got close late. But we won. Coby is him, H1M. Congrats, or agree on Caruso. When the value of an asset exceeds what you know it's likely worth, you gotta sell.
That's business, y'all.
The Duke
That's business.
knows what's up.
Come on, man.
Appreciate the super chat, and I hope that your drawers are okay after that Bears game.
Let's talk Bulls. $5. Hope you are all having a joyful, win-filled night. With his current play, it's getting easier and easier to say Coby has claimed this as his team.
Wow.
He's definitely said that he wants to be a leader. He's definitely reiterated that kind of forget the word I'm looking for. But yes, that feeling.
Shout out Let's Talk Bulls for the super chat. You've also seen recently, and people have been like putting some videos up around on Bulls. Like Coby's been commanding the timeouts. Like, have you guys noticed that?
I haven't.
Like, there have been many videos surfacing recently in this stretch where they've won 6 of 9, where Coby is the one yelling out, whether it be instructions, encouragement, whatever it is. Coby is the one leading those huddles and timeouts.
Wow. That's amazing. Man.
Coby, since he got drafted, literally since his draft night like viral interview,
Wow,
I
bro.
think he is
You mean our interview with him?
He's a perfect candidate to be like the guy to claim this as his team, because I do think that the other players, like even when Pat went down today and slipped on the floors, Coby was right next to him the whole time. I think guys have a lot of respect for him, and I think it matters to have like when we heard what DeMar said about how he's so proud of, like, I think having that type of veteran leadership who's sort of helping him take more of the leadership on. Like, it's actually a very cool thing, I think, to watch sort of happen in real time.
I don't disagree. Joey, do you also know who the first people were to ever interview Coby White when he got drafted?
Matt and Dave.
You better say that. And John Sabine.
And John Sabine.
Shout out to him.
AKA the Bulls Outsiders.
Hey, shout out.
Just another reason why I wish I worked with you guys more in my life.
But Coby is the man.
Too busy
and I'm
hanging
obsessed
out
with
with
Morris.
Steph and the Warriors.
Okay, this is the Jelly. This is Jelly's super chat from the Duke that he won. He
Shout out, yeah.
I think we're learning tonight that the chat room has a long-term memory loss this season. Covered that.
Not even
Love
long-term,
y'all. Love
short-term.
y'all so much.
The Duke again.
The Duke.
Dave, you and me are kindred spirits. I'm just happy when the Bulls don't lose. There is no reason we can't still have fun. You are so right. Is LaVine really the problem, or is he just an scapegoat? Sorry, Pack.
Nice.
I respect the purposeful, disgusting error.
Yes.
In that phrase usage.
He understood.
And your fake apology.
Chomping
understood.
at the bit.
Yes. You champion?
Horses champ.
He's champion?
Champing
Champing at the bit. Look it up.
What if I want to
I believe you. I really do.
I mean, what if I want to jump?
Ray Guillen, $5. This was when Goon of the Night was going on. For
Okay.
Big Drum. Thank you.
And then you called it. Shout out.
Big drum? Big drum it was.
No, he said that after it was Big
Oh,
Drum.
he did? Okay,
yeah, but
got
he was
you.
excited for Big Drum.
Well, I'll take that as well, sir.
Manuel, what's
Manuel.
up, Manuel? How you doing? Wish I can come watch games with y'all. Sad face. Love CHGO. Well, keep an eye out. I'm sure we're gonna launch a couple more dates with some takeovers and some watch parties. Manuel, we met you last time at the watch party, I think, right?
Yeah.
And Pete, yeah. So come out and watch a game with us again soon. But
It's always a good time, man.
it's always a great
Always
time.
fun hanging out with y'all. It really is.
And Ricky, how Coby is playing without Zach is how I feel Justin will play with receivers who can actually catch the ball.
Yo. That's an interesting comparison.
That is an interesting ass comparison.
Also, dude, Robert Tonyan, get out. I know he's like a, Chicago area native, hometown.
Cut.
Never trust a former Packer.
Cut.
Get out.
Get out.
Darnell, Mooney, get out.
Oh, man.
Get out.
It's a lot of cuts we got to make on that receiver court, man.
Let's see if Zach can catch footballs.
Tyler
Just
Scott,
do
you
a
can
little
stay.
switcheroo.
I think he can. You
Zach
saw him hit-
Levine?
Yeah, I think he can. I think Zach could be a solid
Have him
receiver.
run some routes. See if he can catch the footballs.
Yeah. You saw how he hits those dingers.
Ooh.
To me, Zach would be a sweet receiver.
Yeah,
The
I think Zach
vertical,
can do that.
Yeah.
I really do.
high pointing
And
the
his
ball,
speed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That speed, right.
Yeah.
40 inches.
Vertical.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah. He'd be solid.
Zach could be a killer receiver.
He'd be solid.
Shout out also, I see my buddy Matias hanging out saying, wanted to check in from Ushuaia, Argentina.
Ushuaia.
Do you know where that is? Mr. South America?
That's like
he says it's way down near Antarctica.
it's like almost as far south as you can get. I didn't get a chance to go there, but I really wanted to.
My buddy Matias apparently is down there right now saying he wanted to check in and celebrate a big old Bulls win in Big Dave's voice.
Hey, shout out. Shout out.
Dude, Antarctica? Damn near close to Antarctica? You be careful down there.
That is awesome, man. Oh, man. That's awesome stuff.
It's just like you triple winner down there.
Oh my goodness, man!
I don't
Seriously,
want to mess around with that.
That's just code. ladies and
Double
gentlemen.
loss, if you ask me.
Oh, double loss.
Why go?
Did the
Why?
overhit?
On a night when we
Why
won.
go? Why? Why?
Oh,
Did the overhit?
Will loves the pipe bomb.
I sure do.
is that all of them?
do.
We cover all the super chats, Joe. Awesome.
All
We'll get out of here then. Man, we're wrapping up post game, and it's only 9:45 Central Time. How great
Yes.
is that?
74 minutes though.
All
we did
6
our
p.m.
job.
Did our job,
tip-offs.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done it yet on your way out. Helps us out a lot. We really appreciate it. Make sure you also subscribe to CHGO Sports YouTube channel if you aren't already. Make sure you're reading everything our guy, Will the Go Gottlieb, writes, allchgo.com. He is Will _ Gottlieb. Big Dave. Bow. BAWL Sports. Bulls _ Peck. Joey's Madness is the handle for that young man over there on the controls, our pal and producer. We're CHGO _ Bulls. Bulls off tomorrow. Then they got a Wednesday, Thursday back-to-back. Lakers Spurs, right? Tomorrow, Goten Marquet,
Going Marquette.
5:30 Central Time.
5:30 Central Time.
Boom. HQ.
Tune in.
Yeah.
Get it.
Talk to them then.
Yes.
Talk to all of us back on Wednesday.
Yes.
Have a great night. See you, Red. Be good.
Love y'all, man.
11-17.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Keep winning. Keep getting better. Keep getting better. Peace and love.
We all silly like the mayor.